Welcome to our introduction of the 2022 University of Tennessee at Chattanooga Solar Splash team. In this video, we're going to show you a little snippet of what it's like to be on the Solar Splash team. This video highlights just one design aspect of the whole project, just to give you guys a taste of what it's like to implement one aspect of this thing. In this case, we're looking at the solar panel mounting design and build process. This entire part of the project was taken on because data from the last team was telling us that the panels were overheating, making them pretty inefficient. So when it came to this section of the system, we really tried to tackle effective ways to keep the panels nice and cool. So one of the ways we did that was by building this sort of curved setup you see here, where we could get the water runoff for cooling as well as expose the undersides of the panel. And then the idea there was to get nice airflow, and this entire thing, as you can see, was built by roughing out a CPVC frame and then reinforcing where needed with other key pieces of PVC. And there's some spray pattern testing here. It's a little difficult for this 1 1/4 inch vinyl tubing to get the right spray pattern, so there's a little bit of work that went into that, trying to get the whole pattern, the entire panel covered to keep that cool. And even with the battery system, you can see it's pretty close to the panels there. We try to maintain a principle of using reclaimed or cost-efficient materials as a basis for a lot of the hardwares on this boat, especially in this system. Even the metal bars that you see here in this battery retention system were cut and shaped from materials in the previous team had used or tried to use. There's a little bit of scrap metal in there, but it all looks clean, all looks nice, and everything holds together pretty close. And when you get to this part of the build, you got everything all glued up and tightened down, and it's good to see it come off the rails and hold together. It really gives us a good confidence this thing will hold up to some of the rigors of the water testing. And speaking of rails, it was clear from the start we needed some simple, easy way to securely mount this thing with some sort of easy removal. We only need the panels for one part of the competition, so it comes off, and for 120 hours of 3D printing and prototyping, we have this little guy here. These are easy to install, secure, screw-on clamps, made custom for this boat's rim profile. Just clamps right on there. And you can see the panel just clips right into the little groove. Get a little strap it down, have 8 of those so thing's not going anywhere. So there it is. There's a little taste of what it's like to work in the Solar Splash team. This was several weeks of work, so this amount of work has to go into each of the other components, so kind of gives you a scope of what we took on this year. So thanks for the watch, and take care.